Hey y'all, it's Sharonda Isadora and welcome to Brazen Bait Reviews. So during this video, I'll be talking about a TV movie, and that movie is Lust, which is currently playing on a Lifetime. Uh, I don't know how long it's going to be on their network. I do believe it's still playing right now, but I actually recorded it. So Lust is based on a book or a series of books written by Victoria Christopher Murray. Lust is the first book in this series, and it's the Seven Deadly Sins series by Miss Murray. So I do believe Lifetime has also picked up the second book in her series, which is Envy. So this movie is a 2 hour movie on Lifetime, y'all. Y'all know how Lifetime do with their movies. This is also produced by TD Jakes. So you know this movie has some Christian vibes going on in it. So yeah. So we have this movie. Our main characters are Tiffany and Damon. Um, and there's another main character, Trey, with his old trifling ass. Okay, so the three main actors in this movie that y'all need to know is Carrie Hilson, who is playing Tiffany, Tobias Truvillion, who is playing Damon, and Tank is playing Trey's old trifling ass. Okay, so in this movie, when we first go inside this movie, we have Tiffany and Damon. They are currently engaged, living together, and they are about to get married. Um, but Tiffany is having some lustful feelings, and those lustful feelings are directed towards her fiance. All right, so she's having like all these, issues or whatever, and also outside of these, uh, outside lust feelings that she's having, she's also about to open up her own business, which is a spa. They are in the city of Atlanta, and Damon is a silent partner in her business, but Damon has a habit of overstepping his boundaries when it comes to Tiffany in her business. And she's also kind of like feeling the effects of that. Like she wants Damon help, but she doesn't want him again overstepping his boundaries. So they're having some issues. Outside of that, they are pretty good. They're happily in love. Again, they're about to get married and all this other stuff. Now, Tiffany is a church girl. Damon was her first, her last, her second. I mean, her first, her second, her last. He was it, okay? And she was a virgin when she met him, and she's having these lustful thoughts, like I said, that are outside, towards, that are outside of her and Damon's relationship. And she's asking people around her, her friends and stuff. And again, like I said, this movie has churchy vibes. Okay, so she's getting a lot of it's okay, stick through with it, God got you, things like that. But God ain't got you when you feeling, I mean, God got you, but it's a struggle, you know what I mean? So Tiffany is really struggling up in this movie, okay? So in comes Trey, trifling ass, okay? Trey is Damon's best friend. They have a past. Seems Damon was, I don't know if it was fully explained in the beginning of the movie. I was semi paying attention or whatever. The action ain't really picked up, until Trey walked his trifling ass up in there. You know what I mean? But so Damon and Trey have this past. I guess they used to be like, drug dealers or something, in the past. And Trey got caught, feel like, Damon, stabbed him in the back. So Trey ended up doing some time while Damon is out building this new life with this beautiful woman, this beautiful house. Damon got everything, and Trey mad, girl. He mad. So Trey shows up. Damon is just like, you coming home, come to Atlanta, spend some time with me. I'm gonna help you out, get back on your feet. We boys, that's what we do, right? So Damon is unsuspecting, but guess what Trey doing? He's scheming, he conniving, he want his revenge, because again, he feel like Damon stabbed him in the back. So, child, soon as Trey walk up on the door, child, Trey all up in Tiffany's face, you know. He knows something is going on. People can sniff things out when they feel like, your shit is rocky. So Trey knows something's going on. He just don't know what. And there's like this mild attraction between him and Tiffany. But again, remember, Tiffany is having these outside lustful feelings and shit. So I feel like anybody could have came up there and sniffed Tiffany drawers and she would have been happy, okay? So, it's first it's like this flirting and stuff like that, right? It's like this whole flirting thing that is starting out, whatever. Because when Trey first walked up in the door, she answered the door. She had cut her finger. Girl, he licked her finger, and she has like some yogurt on her mouth or whatever. And he wiped her mouth, and I was like, "Ew, you just man, you wash your hands and you touching this lady face. Like, sir, what you doing?" Well, ain't no way, he kisses her, licks the blood off her hand or something like that. So Tiffany is just like, ooh, she's just like, oh my god, like. I was like, it was just like when you get your first penis. It's just like, ooh. So there's like this mild. I felt like it was mild attraction between them. Also, again, Trey knew that Tiffany was having some kind of like, I won't say reservations, but she was acting, like she was attracted to him. So he was able to pick up on that, and he used that towards his advantage. So what did I write down? So let me get to my notes, because I was writing down a whole lot of shit last night. So as I said, Trey and Damon had some unfinished business that it seems that while we're going throughout this movie, it's never really fully explained or anything like that. But every time Damon tries to like talk to Trey about it, Trey's just like pushing it back. Oh, man, it ain't no problem. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that later. I'm here for you, and you're wetting and all this other stuff. So it's like, fine, cool. We'll squash it after, we'll talk about it, squash it after all this, is done. But in the meantime, Trey, old trifling ass, is in the background, scheming and conniving, doing sneaky shit, pushing up on Damon girl. And also, again, like I said, Damon is very, he oversteps himself with Tiffany's business. So Trey works his way in, because when I said she's opening up the spa and they having like all these money problems and things like that. So Trey comes in and just like, she's having like these electrical problems or whatever. So Trey was like, I could fix it and I won't charge you, for the man work or anything like that. So Tiffany hires him, but she tells, after Damon was just like, don't hire Trey, because I want to bring him in on my business, you know what I mean? So don't hire him, you know what I'm saying? But Tiffany does it anyway, and she tells Trey not to tell Damon. But Trey, old trifling ass, ends up telling Damon any way. So I had wrote down, Trey was too friendly. Did he have an agenda? Yeah, he was just way too friendly with Tiffany, all up in her face. Like, and then like everybody around her kind of like saw like, this dude is just a little bit too sneaky, too conniving. So, like, what's really real? You know what I mean? And like one of her friends in the show was just really like, girl, you need to watch yourself, you know what I'm saying? Especially with you running around here with these, old lustful feelings and stuff. You need to watch yourself around this dude, because ain't nobody really trust Trey but Damon. And Tiffany, she was just, again, having them outside lustful feelings. So she ain't really trust him. She just wanted him to fill up on her. You know what I mean? So, so it was this scene inside of the movie where after she hires Trey, Damon had rented Trey a room in a hotel. So she shows up at Tiffany shows up at Trey's rooms talking about talking about him fixing her lights and her light fixtures at the spa. And I was just like, girl, now goddamn well you ain't show up at that place, at that man's door, talking about some damn light fixtures. You want him to fix your damn light fixtures, all right? I mean, you want him to fix some other fixtures, but definitely not them light fixtures at the damn spa. It was the craziest thing. So he almost had her in that hotel room the first time, but a phone call came through and she was like, oh shit, I gotta get up out of here. So, saved by the motherfucking phone call, okay? So she was real lucky, so she left. And then what about this fool show? This man showed up at the goddamn door in a towel. Somebody knock on your door. Like, did he know Tiffany was gonna show up at them? Cause he was in the towel, and I ain't gonna lie, Tank, your ass looked real good in that towel with your bald head, peanut ass head self. I was just like, ooh, you look real good right now, Tank. I mean, Trey. Child, Tank got all of this. All girl, I love a man with like a defined. You know, we see all the crinks and the dents inside the ads. Oh my god. Tank, you looked good, child. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, shit, if I was Tiffany, I would be like, boy, you know, ooh. I love my man, but ooh boy. But anyway, so I have wrote down why he ain't got no clothes. Cause he had no clothes on, y'all. He only had on a towel. And then when she came inside the room, he even like, you know, let me go in the bathroom, you know, and put on some clothes. He kept the towel on. I was just like, and I'm like, you still sitting there, Tiffany? Like, girl, come on. So anyway, so we still have this thing where, you know, Trey and Damon really aren't talking about the issue, but we as the viewers, we know something is there. But again, because Trey is being real sneaky and shit, he like, okay, you know, he keep telling Damon we'll talk about it after, but Damon's just, you know, it is what it is. So we have this scene with Damon. He set up this cake tasting thing or whatever. Tiffany doesn't show up, child, because she was in the spa kissing on Trey and shit like that. So I was just like, girl, I was like, Damon, she ain't answering that phone because she in her business kissing on your best friend. But, oh, yeah. So this is where we find out where Trey is actually trying to sabotage. And he, like, when I got to the end of the movie, I was like, sir, you ain't even. But anyway, we knew Trey was trying to sabotage Tiffany and Damon's relationship. I guess this was his revenge, you know, to get back at Damon for whatever slight he thought Damon had did towards him. So, child, it was a mess. So he also ends up telling Damon that he's working for Tiffany. So Damon is just like, you're working for Tiffany? I told Tiffany not to hire you because I was going to bring you in on my business. But, okay, so Damon and, see, it was a mess. So we have this thing where, so we get to the part where this is the night before their wedding. And her friend is just like, all right, do you want me to stay with you or whatever? Because Trey, you know, Trey was all up in their child. They did like the little practice, you know how you do the little practice wedding before the real wedding and shit like that. So, you know, Trey all looking her up and down and stuff like that. And Tiffany just like, oh my God, this Negro trying to get me in trouble. So, so her friend, you know, after everything is over, her friend is like, do you want me to stay? And she's like, no, I'm good. She should have had a friend stay. Because Trey finds her and he's just like, oh, well, you know, I know, you know, you need some space or whatever, but I'm going to be down at the bar, you know, until 12 a.m. And I was just like, girl. Y'all, where Tiffany end up at? Where Tiffany end up at, y'all? Down at that damn bar. And then where they end up at? Back at Trey room at the goddamn hotel before her wedding. Before her wedding, child. So anyway, you know, they get to, you know, kissing and, you know, that was a spicy little scene. I don't think T.D. Jakes was there when they did that scene. I don't know. He might have been. But that was a like spicy little scene, Lifetime. I was just like, ooh, okay. Did she sleep with him? Y'all gonna have to watch the movie and find out. So this is where Trey, you know, he tells Tiffany like, aha, I got your ass now. Okay, you thought you was slick, but I did all of this, girl. He said, girl, I don't even like you that much like that. I did all of this to get back at your boy. Because he did, you know, he telling Tiffany why, you know, he about to get back, you know, why he wanted to get back at Damon and all this other mess. And I'm sitting up here like, sir, okay, but, you know, I was so pissed off at that. Because I was just like, but I guess Trey saw that Damon really loved Tiffany. So he was like, you know, I'm going to get him by fucking up his relationship with his girl. Like, that's gonna break his damn heart, which it actually did. But so, you know, Tiffany, the next morning, she all upset. She in the room, he leave, he up, leave, like, ha ha, I got you, girl. You know what I mean? So, she in the room crying. Oh my God, I can't believe I did this and that. So the next morning, the wedding, she in the room, she's still in the hotel room, depressed and all that other stuff. So her grandmother comes in the room, like, girl, what is going on? So she does end up telling her grandmother, and her grandmother is just like, I ain't gonna cuss you out, but you mean tell me this boy did all of this just so he can get back at his friend for some bullshit? So the grandmother's just like, wow. So the grandmother's just like, listen, you gotta pull through. Again, the Christian vibes, you gotta pull through. It's gonna be okay. What you gonna do? So Tiffany was like, do I have time? So she decides to go ahead and go downstairs to the ceremony and get married to Damon. So y'all, they're at the damn ceremony. And they, her grandfather's actually, doing the vows and stuff like that. So she's standing there, she looking at Trey, she looking at Damon, she looking at Trey, she looking at David, right? She just can't take it no more. So before her grandfather can even get to like, she hauled ass and left. So everybody like, what's going on? So Damon goes upstairs. He talks to her. He's just like, Tiffany, talk to me. What's going on? So she ends up telling Damon that she was involved with somebody before, like the night. I don't know. I can't remember if she exactly said like the night before. But she's just like, I was involved with somebody and all this other stuff. And Damon's pissed. He mad. He's just like, are you fucking kidding me, ma'am? Like, really? Like, all you running around here talking about we slept together too soon and you ain't sure about all this and all that. And you may tell me you was what? Hugging and kissing up on somebody? So Damon is pissed. Tiffany crying. Grandfather coming in like, whoa, player. Calm down, So Damon's like, sir, I would never put my hands on your granddaughter. And grandfather like, sir, I understand what you're saying, but back your ass up, you know what I'm saying? Because you're mad right now, Sometimes, what you would never do don't correlate when you got these angry feelings going on, So Damon's just like, he's like, okay. So he tell Tiffany, he's like, child, he's like, girl, it's over. I hope whoever you did this with was worth it. It's done. Get out my house, all this other stuff. So she, no, it wasn't that deep. So, she break down. She start crying. She upset. Stuff like that. So, they break up. They had a moment, stuff like that. Trey, old trifling ass, still up in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So we flash to the scene where Trey and Damon are talking, and Trey is just like, oh, have you heard from Tiffany? Old slick ass peanut head bastard. So he's just like, no, I haven't heard from her. But Damon's like, I gotta tell on her just in case, I find out who this old, this other Negro was that, that slept with my girl. Like, it's, he pull out this gun. He's like, I'm back to old Damon mode. I was like, you was a murderer or something. So I was like, so even Trey was like, because now Trey mad now because he thought his friend had done turned pussy. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, he ain't about that life no more. I'm gonna fuck his shit up, all that other stuff. But when he saw Damon pull out that gun, he was like, well, well, it's time for me to go back home. You know what I mean? Trey was like, this nigga's serious. So, they so Trey is, we pan to the scene. Tiffany is still going through her little moments and stuff like that. We had like a churchy moment. I was just like, all right, hurry up, bypass this, nothing against church or anything, but I'm just like, child, okay. So her friend is just like, yeah, I know you're going through it, but we gotta get back to this business. You need to, move on and open up your spa, handle your business, girl, all this other stuff. So Tiffany's just like, okay, let's get back to her spa stuff and stuff like that. So we pan to this hotel room, Trey about to leave. He's like, hey, he like a kid in candy store. I done fucked up my man's stuff. I'm about to go back home, blah, blah, blah. So Tiffany shows up. Now, remember what I said. Damon is telling Tiffany because he want to know who done messed up his relationship. You know what I'm saying? And Trey knows this. So when Tiffany shows up to his hotel door, he like, girl, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? So she just like, she do the whole spiel, she talking to him and stuff like that. So child, what really tripped me out when she started praying on him, he was like, oh Lord, here we go. I was like, oh boy. It was good. She was forgiving him and stuff like that, all this other stuff. So but Trey's still like, all right, girl, you gotta hurry up and get on out of here. You know what I mean? So she, she leaves, and then we pan to the scene where this car picks up. We in this underground parking lot, whatever. This big old Lincoln pulls up. We see Trey in the background struggling. Two big old dudes. He gotta get off me. I was like, oh, your punk ass ain't talking. You talking shit now, but you better get cap in your ass. But so remember I told y'all again that Damon was following the person that he, that he thought Tiffany had messed around on him with. So child, to get out the car, Damon standing there looking at him like, you slept with Tiffany? He was like, Trey talking shit. I ain't, he talking shit and all this other stuff. So Damon is just like, why would you do something like that? You know what I'm saying? He telling Damon like, oh, you left me stranded, all this other stuff. And Damon like, you so fucking stupid and you greedy. Like I told you, you know what I'm saying? Like you got caught up because you got caught up. If you wasn't being greedy, you wouldn't have got caught up. So he's like, well, if you gonna shoot me, shoot me. So see, don't tell me to do that. See, Damon for him. Man shit. He was on his man shit. He was like, I ain't gonna shoot you. We're gonna fight it out. So, they had a little scuffle. Inside the underground parking lot. But see, me, I would have shot him in the gut. Don't tell me to shoot you, sir, because I'm gonna shoot you. But Damon's like, I'm not that person no more. Plus I love your son. You lucky I love your son. So he was like, but no matter how much I love your son, I don't want to see you in my town again. So he basically tell Trey, get your old stinking ass out of here. I don't know why I found that scene so funny. I was sitting up here like, yo, punk ass. Talk about that shit. And you got beat up. So Damon ends up showing up at Tiffany's spa. And she's like, oh my God, what happened to you? And Damon was just like, oh, so you slept with my boy. You know what I'm saying? She was just like, did you love, you know how many did you love? And she's just like, child. And it's just like, child, no, I was just horny. She did a little bit more smoothing than that, but she's like, no, it's just much more than that. Plus, it was like other shit she was going through and all that other stuff. But she's like, I love you, Damon. Let's start all over. And Damon's just, it was a cute little ending. I'm not gonna lie, it was a cute little ending. So they end up Damon forgives her. You know how these endings go in romance, y'all. So they end up, he ends up forgiving her. They decide to date for start all over, meet again, that whole thing. Go, hi, I'm Tiffany. So nice to meet you and all that other stuff. So they decide to date again for a year. No sex. And ain't that was your problem the first time. But, okay, girl. All right. Okay. So, and they end up, again, getting married a year later. They had the pregnancy, the baby, and all that other stuff, and they're moving out of this house. So I guess this is where the next book, I think the next book is Envy. It's probably gonna be in that same house, but yeah, that was kind of like a key. So I was just like, okay, but it was a cute ending. I actually enjoyed it. This was so freaking good. I was sitting out, child. I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning, watching the recording. I was like, let me take. I looked at my. I was like, let me take my ass to bed. So I went to sleep, but I just finished it just a few seconds ago. Because again, this is a 2 hour movie on Lifetime, but it's so good. Again, I don't know how long Lifetime is going to be playing this on their channel, but again, the name of this movie is Lust, a Seven Deadly Sins story. And then they're going to do Envy again, I believe, next Sunday. Well worth the 2 hour time. Child, listen, record it and watch it, cause that's what I did. Cause I can't even do 2 hour movies. I'd be sitting up there like, but it was worth. It was worth it. It was worth it. I had to break that thing up, child, because I was just like, ooh, this is. What am I doing up this time of night? But it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Loved the acting. Carrie Hilson was really good in this. Her facial expression sometimes I was like, all right, girl. But actors were really good. Tank. Ooh, but that is it for me. And until the next one, later days, guys. Bye.